trained a lot today, buddy. My fucking neck hurts. Are we live yet?
Yeah, we're live.
Fuck. God damn it.
What is good? Welcome to another episode of What About with Pat and Andy. I'm not Pat and he's not Andy. We got a fun-filled. What are you doing with those fingers? What are you doing with those fingers? Hey Pat, can you respond to what I'm saying right now?
That's a no, Andy.
Uh,
Of course I can. I can do it a ton. Watch. I'm going to say something right now, and you're going to say something right back.
right back at you, and right after I'm done with this, you're gonna say something right back to me right now.
I'm going to interrupt you before you stop saying that to say something because we are real time, baby. We're streamlining, we are mainlining, and we are sucking dicks. Wait, that doesn't rhyme.
It doesn't have to rhyme. It's true as shit.
AKA, I got Ethernet.
Yeah, dude. Pat got Ethernet. I realized I'd have to get the longest cord in the fucking world, and have to like maneuver things along the ceiling and do all this other shit. And then I go to Steph and she just goes, my wife, and she just goes, it is $20 to upgrade the internet. And I was like, let's do that. And if it's not good enough that way, we can just get a signal booster. So yeah, me and Pat, we are running hot with A+ interfucking net. We're excited to be here streaming and talking to you beautiful fucking people. Today on the podcast, you can tell I'm multitasking. Today on the podcast, we are going to be talking about the album Versions by Poison the Well. But before we get into that, let's do a little chit chat, get out some plugs. Pat, where the fuck, if you're vibing out on the internet, where the fuck can people find you?
Well, Andy, you can fucks with what I do at Baby Mermaid Productions on YouTube, or you can follow at Baby Mermaid Productions on Instagram, and or follow the page Gross Domesticated Podcast page on Facebook. We go live from the Instagram and Facebook every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And you can pound off. You can join in. You can kind of like call into the show, or you can join in if you want. I'll send you a Zoom link, and I'll kick you out if you suck. But I don't know. Like you guys can join on, pound off, and sing along. Andy, how about you? Where can people find you except for where they're watching you directly right now?
Wait, are you I have to post about this on social media. So I'm going to ask you, how's Hacks doing? Are you bringing that back anytime soon?
Hacks is doing well. Actually, we are. We have the guest list all set up. We have the people that we want to do.
Have you not contacted all the guests yet? I'm assuming.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, good. Because I know there would be some guests that if they found out they all got contacted, he'd be a little mad, and he'd have no friends to hit dingers with.
Well, guess what? There's going to be dingers hit, my friend, and you better believe it. But we haven't contacted everybody because we haven't scheduled anybody. The host and partial scheduler John Montag is wonderful at golf, and he's wonderful at being a father. But he also it's hard to plan a whole day of golf.
Wait, sorry. I'm just looking at all the YouTube stuff. Within 3 minutes of this stream being live, 1 thumbs down already. God damn, the internet's brutal.
That's awesome. That really, I honestly, I think it's my hair. I didn't get to do my hair after I got out of the shower, and that's it's gonna kill us.
There's definitely a Bret Hart fan that saw your shirt that's fucking pissed off. What's up with that shirt?
It says Bret the shit man fart. Hold on, I'll show you the rest. Bret the shit man fart, and it says the sharpshooter. And then down here it says the flatulence of execution.
Where in the fuck did you get that shirt?
I think T Public. No, what's the thing where they make a bunch of like copywritten shit but like illegally?
Taiwan?
Yeah, I got it from there.
I got it from taiwan.shop.edu.
I honestly can't remember. I think it's not T Public. It's like it's like a thing where like independent artists make these designs. And
Etsy?
It's kind of like Etsy, yeah, but it's just like mainly just t-shirts.
Oh, okay, interesting.
It's pretty awesome.
I cut you off. What was the rest you were going to say about hacks? John Montag is dragging his feet and doesn't want the world to see this beautiful content.
I think basically what it is John Montag doesn't want to host Hacks anymore. So we're putting out a call for a brand new host to Hacks. And Andy, that's exactly why we didn't reach out to you as a guest, because we'd like to consider you as one of the candidates as a host.
Oh shit. Oh
so
shit.
If you want to be the new host of Hacks, you can email me at Baby Mermaids Productions, Baby Mermaid Productions, at gmail.com. And or just if you want to email me, that's cool too.
Wait, is John really not the host anymore?
No, he is. He's just the fact that he has a baby. He has a busy life.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, I was like, I have a fucking mini crush on John, and I was gonna,
John's my money back. Honestly, if anybody's gonna get me famous by producing any one of these shows, aside from us, I mean, this is just brilliant music.
I was gonna say, don't fucking hurt my feelings right now.
But I mean, but looks wise, like, who's gonna get me on TV?
Oh, yeah.
We got faces for radio, baby. That's why we got the thumbs down.
That's why I wear baggy hoodies. John Montag's a cutie and a half. Spelled Montague, pronounced Montag.
Yeah, Montague spelled Montag said. That's John Montag. And I feel like visually maybe I'm appealing. We do have the sumo match with Lemaire coming up too. I want to just give a reminder to people.
Oh, facts.
July 3rd in John Montag's backyard. I feel like he should be reminded that he committed to that. He will be hosting the first ever live stream sumo match from New Jersey.
Hell yeah.
So we will be sumo matching. You're gonna be able to bet. There's gonna be pre-shows. There's gonna be a whole ceremony, obviously,
and it will be COVID safe. While they will be wearing the sumo diapers around their waist, they will also be wearing them around their face.
Mm-hmm. That's actually a really good idea.
No one will be wearing masks, but we will be wearing the sumo diapers.
Sumo diaper.
You can find me on the internet at Andy Malafarina, twitch.tv. What? No.
YouTube.
Most days during the week, I've actually been crushing the YouTube content. I put out this big bad video about Dogecoin because I lost money this weekend, so now I'm convinced it's a Ponzi scheme. And yeah, dude, it was I was like, fucking no, because I've been using that Robinhood app because I'm like into crypto, but I haven't figured out how to do one of those like those like off the beaten path, like make your own wallet and do all this other shit. So like I was using like the Robinhood app, and I was just, because it was going crazy this weekend, so I was having fun, like, oh, it's going up, I'm gonna sell, now it's dipping, I'm gonna buy some. And I did that a bunch of times. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is basically day trading. And I was like, what are the rules on Robinhood? And like basically how they look at crypto, it works the same way as like there's like a capital gains tax on it. Like every time you make profit, it's like a percentage of what you made in profit. And really, I was doing like small potatoes on what I was buying and selling and all. I was literally because it was cracking me up because it was cruising at like 6, 7, 8 cents for a while. And then whatever it was, Thursday or Friday, it like shot up to like, actually no, it was like Tuesday when we were recording Pains in the Mouth. It was like jumping up. It was jumping up to like 10 cents. I think it got to 10 cents while we recorded the podcast. And then I saw the next day it jumped up to like 14. And I was like, this is a crazy spike. So I sold some, and then it jumped up again to like 20 cents. So I was like, all right, it's not getting higher than this. So I sold some again. And then it was like chilling at like 45 cents for a while on like Friday or whatever. And so like I was like, all right, I lost all this shit. I'm just gonna fucking have fun with it and basically treat this like a game. And it was gonna be fun, dude. It was gonna be fun. I was gonna be like, okay, I lost 2,000 Dogecoin because I was being stupid. Now I'm gonna play around and I'm slowly gonna get it back. And it was gonna be, and then like after buying and selling like 5 or 6 times, I remembered, I was like, wait a minute, I'm using the Robinhood app. This is also exchanging money in the United States. Someone has to get their cut. So I was like, so I started Googling. I was like, oh yeah, and I found out about capital gains tax. And I was like, fuck, goddamn U.S. government took my fun little game away.
Yep. And that's the thing. It's like it's the what's the phrase? The house always wins,
Well,
Andy.
so I would have kept doing it if I would, because here's the thing I didn't know about capital gains tax is they don't like, so if they say you make like $1,000 profit, they don't do it based on like the percentage of that exchange and take it out during that exchange. They figure out their cut based off like your fucking yearly salary. So it's I don't know what I'm saying right now. I don't know. It just was like I was doing all the math and stuff and how cuz I thought they would just take the taxes out. I don't know why I assumed this, but I thought they would take the taxes out while I was doing it and stuff.
Yeah, like they would. That's kind of what they do. Dom like has like stocks through her work, so like every once in a while she'll like sell some like or have them vested or whatever the fuck it is, like any of this bullshit, and then she'll do that, and then they'll go like, but then they take all the taxes out. But even though at the end of the year or the beginning of the year when we have to do taxes, they still need us to like bring paperwork for all that shit because like we need to show that we already pay taxes. Like, how do you even know about that? What is that?
That's the
like,
yeah. That
like, do you need to know every other thing? Like, no, just that.
yeah. And the thing that was annoying me is I just assumed like if you go to the store and buy something, there's sales tax on it, and they just take the sales tax out of there right away.
Mhm.
I just was like, because like my brain thinks in what's the most efficient way to do it, and that's not how the government always thinks. Like, what's the most efficient way? And I was just like, yeah, it would just make the most sense. Like, you just take your cut out of it during this exchange, and it's like, no, it's a thing that you do all these exchanges, and then at the end of the year, you submit your 1099, and then they go, oh, okay, here's all the money you owed, and I'm like, I'm not getting into that. I'm not worrying about that.
Yeah, that's the thing is like at a certain point, like I feel like it, like you were saying, like it's just a game, like, or it was just a game for you, like, just play this game.
Well,
But like that's what it feels like. It feels like gambling. It feels like a fucking game. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
you're gonna win, like unless the people who are going to win off of this have already won.
Well, and here's the irony: is I'm probably just gonna go gamble now.
Yeah, get some scratchers.
I could have been like investing in the stock market, but you're making it annoying. So now I'm just gonna go fucking gamble.
And honestly, I think you only really have to claim winnings if they reach a certain amount, and you're not going to reach that amount.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, it's a certain amount, and then there's a difference between short-term capital gains and long-term capital gains. So,
Suck my dick. I want to just go back to trading rocks, man.
wait.
What?
Was that real?
It's a real offer. It's on the table.
Can I suck your dick?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
That's how we solve all this. Honestly, we get rid of the capital gains tax, and we start getting some part of the Andy CAC tax.
We just start overcome our homophobia and just suck each other off, dude.
Do it. Let's just get it over with and start getting some thumbs up on YouTube.
Yeah, we did actually get another thumbs up.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah! No, I've been getting some people loving up on me on the YouTube.
Loving the music, the music things you've been doing too.
Yeah, so that's why I think now, because like Twitch is, I'm not doing Twitch as much, so I've been doing Twitch like once a week just because there's been a little bit more stand up, and I wanna give myself more time to take in, and then so when I give, that sounds so pretentious, but when when I give you my cum, I want it to taste like Starburst, not asparagus, is kind of what I'm saying.
Speaking of, my cat ate my cupcakes today.
Wait, man, dude, you hit that the CU, and I was like, Pat, come on, man, we're live streaming. And then you said puh, and I was like, thank you, Lord.
Cupcakes. But yeah, sorry. Exactly. We're going to give you that sweet content no matter what, whether it tastes like pineapples or asparagus. Mine, usually, I just had a real stinky pee in the shower.
Fuck yeah. Bro, I'm like a brilliant moron, because that is so true. Like, I want to take in good shit all week, so when I come out this content, I want it to taste like fucking Starburst, not asparagus. Damn, dude, I fucking kill it at this shit. All right.
That's the name of the episode. My cum tastes like Starburst. Use all of it. Paraphrase. Andy Malafarina quotes.
TM.
I want my cum to taste like Starburst, not asparagus. Brilliant idiot.
Fuck yeah. But yeah, that is a thing I should say. Well, you guys can check this out live every Sunday night around 7 p.m. If there's a WWE pay-per-view, it will be early.
Yep. And tonight it was a little bit late, and that's my bad, guys. I trained from 12 o'clock p.m. this afternoon until 4 p.m. this afternoon. All MMA.
And then we had to shit talk close friends for 20 minutes. So we did start the episode a little bit late. I do apologize.
I'm very tired, and I was very hungry, and I needed to eat and shower before the show, and that's my bad.
And I needed to be a mean girl. Those are our explanations.
Oh, you're a bitch.
I am a little bit of a bitch.
You're a little bit of a bitch, Andy.
But I've been crushing all the content, baby. Yeah, we do this Sunday nights. You can check out me pumping out videos most of the days during the week. I'm venturing into like wrestling and crypto. That's right. If you guys want music, wrestling, and crypto, I'm your fucking channel. Wait. I thought I had one. I
was like, wait, what's happening? Like, is he?
What if I just levitated?
Are you ascending to heaven? Like, oh my god, Andy, it's happening. Done it.
Oh my god, I totally said you weren't real. My bad.
You have finally pleased our heavenly Father. Bless him.
Oh, but then Tuesday nights, I still will be vibing out on Twitch, talking hella shit. I'm thinking about bringing Here Andy Talk or something like that back. Just something where I scream my own opinions for an hour again. But I'll figure that out. I'm just going to vibe out on Twitch for a while. Maybe turn that into a podcast.
Let's stop saying vibe out. What's going on with the vibe out? What is that?
I vibe out. I vibe out.
What does that mean?
That means
I'm sorry. I'm not criticizing you. I need to know. Are you seriously saying vibe out? Or are you like saying like vibe out? Like, because I need to know.
I'm a month away from this being serious. You know how when you like say something ironically and then it just becomes your vernacular?
You're doing this ironically, and I love it.
Oh yeah, I was doing this to mock a man. Now, life is mocking me by giving that to me.
It's part of my life now, man.
Yeah,
that's what I feel like. There's a thing where I do the same thing with making fun of saying stuff. I say turlet a lot of times.
Yeah.
Even I'm like, oh, excuse me, where's your turlet? You know, like they say, like, did you say turlet?
Oh, you do it to common folk too.
Yeah, if you say turlet, but not like in a southern twang or a southern like some kind of accent, like, like excuse me, madam, where's your turlet?
Yeah, dude, without the southern accent, it fucking stinks.
It really slaps. So I really like to say that, you know, because I'm hip with all the youths out there, Andy.
Mm-hmm. I know you are.
I can't remember if I told you did I tell you my theory on white rappers, white people, white guys like white rappers? I can't remember if we talked about it last. I can't remember if I had the realization from
not enough of those words were in a format of a sentence, so I don't know what you just asked me.
The fact that like I was in the car with Manny. I think I did talk about this. I was in the car with Manny, and I was talking about
Santiago.
Manny Santiago. And he said, and I like all the rappers that I was saying, like, oh yeah, this is on my playlist. And he's like, yeah, all white people like that. Yeah, they like that. That's kind of like, it's all like the stereotypical.
Who?
And he was telling me that.
No. But
I can't remember like off like I said Kendrick Lamar, and he's like, let me guess, To Pimp a Butterfly, and I was like, yeah, and I was like, and he's like, yeah, that's kind of the.
Everyone likes Kendrick. I get what he's saying, but
I take offense by it. I didn't take offense by it. I was just kind of saying like, oh yeah, like so I didn't mean for that to be I just wanted to be exposed to more essentially like not just the hits. Like I want to find like the deep cuts. I wanted to find like good shit that I wouldn't be exposed to necessarily just like obviously from whatever fucking areas I am. And then I thought like trying to explain like I don't know why. I think the reason I like Action Bronson so much is not just because he's white, but it's because the first time I ever saw him he was in cartoon form. And it was on the Lucas Brothers cartoon.
Oh.
and I
See,
have a real attachment to somebody that like fucking gets it.
yeah.
And to me, when you're in comedy, that's a big part of like self-deprecation that like is really cool. That like anytime I see a rapper animated, it's fun.
Yeah. Well, and also rappers are like the least self-deprecating people in the world.
Yeah,
Or at least
yeah,
I think majority of rappers are truly normal people, but I think they gotta do some like WWE shit. Like I do think most rappers are a like almost the same way as like you or me would be on stage as a comic. They're like a heightened form of themselves.
right. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, did you watch? There was a thing.
Oh,
Isn't Bad Bunny a performer?
who?
Bad Bunny.
Yeah, he literally just was on wrestling for like the past 3 months.
How'd he do?
Bro, he did so well. Now he's like stick thin, so when he was punching the Miz and the Miz was like, oh, you'd be like, okay, whatever. But he was banging out some moves that you're like, oh, okay, my man went to wrestling school and figured this shit out.
Right. And that's the thing is like there's somebody that buys in, you're just like one of those things of like, oh, you get it. Like there's a thing. He's gonna have to take a bump every once in a while. He's gonna like that's kind of a way of like self-deprecate. It's like acting. Like
Well, I looked at it. He also did, and it sounds corny to say in reference to wrestling, but he sort of like he paid respect to the art form or whatever, however the fuck you want to say it, because he's like, okay, he went in prepared, and now like as a big wrestling fan, I look at that and I go, oh, Bad Bunny's my dude till the end. Like anything happens, I'll blindly defend him. Like he's my fucking dude now.
cut to multiple sexual allegations, and you're just like standing by it.
And I'm just standing there. I'm like, man, I can't believe 300 women lied about rape.
Wow, 368 now. Jesus,
Really, culture's really going down. We got a lot of liars out there.
that's like where's the manners nowadays? So yeah, I think that's a thing of like the realization, like getting it, like that kind of thing. Like I like that, and like I don't know, like I was trying to figure out that thing, but I was like, I don't think it's a problem necessarily. It's just like
What's a problem?
like the fact that like though that would be the things that are on my playlist or something like that, of saying like, oh yeah, those are kind of the hits, those are like everybody kind of like I'm not like, and I don't think it's even Manny just being like kind of a music snob, but it was like one of those things of like, wait, am I just like the typical like fucking white bitch? Like
Well, here's the thing though.
It's also not my lane necessarily. I don't necessarily
well, and also too, if you look in, this is funny you bring this up because I was actually just thinking about this shit. Like if you really look into like how, like if you look into how like propaganda works, you slowly start to realize like you have very few truly organic opinions. You know what I mean? And like there's certain things like when it comes to punk rock, like that is your truly organic opinion. But something like you're not a hip hop guy.
Yeah.
So you just kind of like you're just going to kind of like, and I do this too. I absolutely do this too with certain anything in the world. You're like the stuff you're not as passionately invested in, you're going to fall in line, so to speak, with whatever sort of like the common thing is for a dude with your, if you were like a video game character, a dude with your skill set, a dude with your resume, you're gonna like but when you go into something you're much more aware of, which is like MMA, punk rock music, huge dongs, like you're gonna be an expert on
right.
Yeah, and your opinion's gonna be more uniquely your own. I was thinking about that, where it's just like there's certain things in the world where I'm like, I'm not gonna understand. I'm not gonna truly get a pure understanding of quantum physics. So I'll go out, I'll figure out who my quantum physics guy is, and if anyone ever wants to know my opinion on quantum physics, I'll be like, well, Quantum Physics Joe said, and then like, and people need to realize that's how most of our opinions work. Like you're really good at a few things, and then everything else you're just referencing your favorite expert.
Yeah, you didn't discover this person, and a lot of times that happens a lot of times with like sports talk and shit like that. Anytime I hear somebody talking about like fighting or something like that, if I'm at the gym or something like that, and I hear two guys talking about a fight, and they kind of have that like that like aspect of like, did you see any of the stuff from the Jake Paul Ben Askren shit?
Oh, and you know what? Before we should get into Poison the Well in
Oh
a
yeah,
minute,
Jesus.
but
Yeah.
I
Talk
did
about
know,
music.
I did really want to ask you about that because I saw that, and
I tell you,
dude, you know how they say like don't check your phone right when you wake up? It's true because it just like it started my day off on a shitty note because I was like, God damn it, Askren. But do you think there's any validity to the fact that he took a dive?
no. No, the fact that like I don't think he took a dive because he's not. I don't think he's that good at acting. He did. I think he maybe is used to. The thing is, like when people go like he's got a hell of a chin. No, I think he just is good at fighting concussed. Like that's the thing. It's like the thing with him was the funniest thing was like the fact that every time, like when I heard people, experts, like experts say like, oh, I think Askren will take him here, or I think Askren will take him here. Like people like there was never a question, and I was like, guys, he is a like he got fucked up by Robbie Lawler. I think if they had stood him up when he was getting like blasted in the face, if they had stood him up at that time and said like, here, hold your hands out or do whatever, he would have been like, all right, are we ready to start?
So wait, let me
recovering.
let me just cut you off there because what's past referencing is like everyone kept referring to this clip of him getting fucking pummeled by Robbie Lawler and like being like, "Oh, he still fought the fight." So what was the situation with that? So he got pummeled and what was it the end of the round?
I think it was no. He was getting pummeled, and then he just kind of like took the punches, but was changing position, and ended up getting him in a bulldog choke, was just like a side, like almost like a little brother choke or whatever. Like you have him in a side headlock, and Herb Dean ended up fucking stopping the fight because he thought he saw his arm drop, or he was. There's a lot of injuries that can happen from that position or whatever, but there's essentially the thing was him just taking all those blows and still like being coherent at the end. Like you can recover. That's the whole thing. People get fucking rocked and they like in a round they get dropped. If they stand back up and they go sit on the stool for a little bit and relax and like get some ice, get some water, fucking like try to get back and recover a little bit, they can come back and be not that they're like it never happened, but like that they're recovered. So I think that's what he kind of counted on maybe was the fact that he can just take punishment because he did stand up. Like he was wobbly.
He wobbled a little, but he got up right away.
Right. So like he I wasn't in the ring. I didn't fucking whatever. I don't think he took a dive, but this is what I was talking about. He doesn't have boxing skills necessarily from what I've seen.
And like, also you saw his body, dude. Dude clearly did not train that much.
Right. And that's the thing is like I think he was trying to make a point and like and again, I think he can just take a lot of punishment. So like there's a lot of things with that I think that's nuts to me. I was actually more interested in the fact that I didn't realize Frank Mir was going to fight. Frank Mir's an old MMA fighter.
Yeah.
I was fighting, I think, a pro boxer. That one was a more interesting thing.
That just annoyed the shit out of me because it's just like, bro, you're gonna get first round knocked out by like the biggest dickhead in the world. Like that's the thing. It would, dude. Go back to fucking Mickey Gall prepping for CM Punk, or I heard Mickey Gall talk about this, and he's like, Mickey Gall's like, obviously I'm going to crush CM Punk, but I'm gonna train like it's a real fight. Just so there's no likelihood that he'll win. And it's like, that's what Ben Askren should have done. Ben Askren should have trained like it was
Robbie Lawler.
Yeah, like it was Robbie fucking Lawler. And just like still, so you can go in there with even more confidence. But I think it seems like what something happened like what you said, where he's like, I'm not even going to train that much to prove a point. And it's like, well, he fucking proved the point that you should have fucking trained.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, they should have him fight like a legitimate. If you're fighting an MMA, like yes, he has a great record, and that's incredible. He did a lot of it with his wrestling, so he did very little of it with his striking. I'm very sorry to say that. I'm not shaming Ben Askren. I'm just saying that I saw this coming. This was the perfect fight for him. especially with him even retired. I think he could have taken him right after he fought Damian Maia and he would have been fine. Right before he retired, the fact that Ben Askren was choked out, he was finished in his last 2 fights by Jorge Masvidal in 5 seconds with a knee, which he has also started to say like he's not taking it as well now that he's getting a lot more harassment on the internet, like from even before the knockout from Jake Paul. But he was even saying like, all right, Jorge, let's get this straight. Like we all know that like you got lucky, like you had one lucky shot, like you got a knee. I essentially made you famous kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, but also he trained that exact move. Like you saw him training that exact move the night before the fight.
You also gave him that opening.
You gave it one, and that's when he's just not at the level. He's definitely not at the level of UFC, but he is a very tough individual that I think was relying on the fact that he could take a punch, but like he didn't even block. Like he wasn't even moving. Why aren't you moving around? What's going on? Why aren't you trying to punch him and move? Like it seemed like if it was a setup at all, it was a setup in that way where he's just like, okay, I'll just stand flat-footed in front of you and just tee off. Go ahead now.
I don't know. I got to be perfectly honest. I'm still like 60, and I know Ben Askren's not an amazing boxer or whatever, but I'm like between 60-40, 70-30 that he like took a dive, like sort of 40-30 on the dive, because it's just insane. I don't know.
He made $500,000 from the fight.
Yeah, he made $500,000.
So he made that, and then maybe he did fucking Ocean's 11 to all of us and just put like, is that Ocean's 11? What's the thing where like, or any movie? No, Dodgeball. He dodgeballed us. Where he put all the money that he won also on himself to lose in that exact time.
But dude, it's just like I watched the video. I was just like, bro, you're a trained fighter. How like you just left yourself that fucking open in that clip where he gets fucking laid out by Jake Paul.
I don't think it's as charming as everybody else to have Pete Davidson and Snoop Dogg on the fucking commentary. They don't know anything. Like I kind of want to know somebody that's like, hey, this person's doing pretty good. This person's not doing that good. Like not.
I mean, and I
looks like blah 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 blah. Like they're not. That's not a fucking roast, bro. Like just
Snoop Dogg's thing when Nate Robinson was getting fucked up was pretty great though. And also, these are kind of like joke boxing matches, so I don't think they really need. And I'm not that. That's not even to shit on Snoop Dogg or Pete Davidson. But it's like if it's gonna be a joke boxing match, let's put funny people on commentary at least.
Yeah, but you can also like in the same vein that like somebody like Joe Rogan is funny and knows about the sport of MMA is a commentator. You have somebody that's funny and is familiar with the sport of boxing that can give you a little bit of play-by-play and a little bit of commentary.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think these shows are really just like money grab shit shows. So it is what it is. Might as well make them fucking funny.
Yeah, just make it a little bit better, guys. We can help you. You know what I mean? There's going to be commentary at the sumo match, and it's going to be way better than that.
Well, I think we need a little help talking about this fucking album and fucking staying on topic.
Did a good job. This is a good warm up though. Like we had the warm up. We couldn't obviously have the warm up we had. We were talking such vicious shit.
Oh, just being
terrible fucking close
bitches.
Friends.
Just being pure gossipy bitches. And also shout out to the chat. I don't know if you left or not, but Rookie was in the chat. Hey Rookie.
That's something.
But yeah, we were being gossipy Gabby. I don't know if I think YouTube gets weird when you say that word. Anyway.
Really?
Yeah, they're cunty when you say that word. And it's so dumb. I hate it so much. It's so fucking stupid. Stop being like I hate that you have to be like a fuck. I was talking to Nate about this. You have to be a fucking free speech warrior and you're like, "No, just like stop being lame."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like can we just giggle about naughty words and fucking
what's the cutoff point? Like when are we going to stop? Like how much does language really evolve that much? And I'm not talking about all the bullshit made up words. I'm talking about like the fact that like really like cunt just works. Okay.
It hits.
And if you want to be more European, get a bidet and start saying cunt more, you fucks.
Also, cheat code. If you get in a fight with your significant other, and that significant other is a lady, use masculine verbiage. Dickhead,
Always.
dickhead, and asshole. Always. I feel like we've talked about this before, but it's a great life hack because they can't. They're always looking for that out for you to call them a bitch or whatever, and so they can just be like, well, you're just being an asshole. And it's just like, but if you call them dickhead, you know you guys are on fucking. You're being a goddamn feminist. You're putting them on equal ground. You call him a dickhead.
My personal favorite is dipshit. I like to say, you know what, dipshit?
Hey, fuckface.
Hey, dipshit, why don't you fucking get your shit together?
All right, we got to get our shit together. Heyo, and let's talk about Poison the Well. I was very excited to talk about this with you, Patrick, because I know this album means a whole hell of a lot to you. So why don't we start there, Pat? Why specifically did you pick this album for us to talk about this week?
Yeah, this is an album like I think the best way to describe it is the fact that like it just kind of fucking like it really fucking haunts me. This album is
I
like
am so glad you said that. Not to cut you off, but I'm so glad you said that because I was like the whole time listening to this album, I was like, I like this, but I think it's making me sad.
yeah. Dude, it's weird. It make it like it's like possessed. It's like the coolest, most like it's the one of the most unique albums. Like it like I feel like maybe on the surface it's really strange. It's almost like the best way I can describe this album, Andy, is it's like the hedge maze in The Shining. Like it has like a moment of like it all looks and kind of sounds the same in a big picture way. Like it's one of the best, most realized albums I've ever heard. Like as far as like a theme.
What do you mean by realized? Let me double check what your meaning of that is.
Like essentially, basically, like it is exact. Like it's fully in a theme. Like it's like a from the beginning to the end. This is all part of this album.
Gotcha. I would agree with that wholeheartedly.
So like no matter like you can't mistake it. Like oh, just off a no, it's not off a Opposite of December. Like you know where all of these songs are from.
Is that one of their album names? Opposite of December?
Oh, the one of their other albums.
That's a great name.
I think it's their first one. I think. But they have essentially like this album is kind of like that, and that's what I mean by like it haunts you. It like just reminds you of like every kind of turn. Like it's this looks familiar, this sounds familiar, but I feel like it's different, and it's got this different like vibe. And I'm not talking about just the sounds either, like of the guitar. Like there's like some songs that are like so warm feeling.
Yeah.
And they just end in this chaos that's like fucking like it's not just breakdown bridge.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for it because like I haven't listened to a shit ton of Poison the Well in the past, but I listened to enough to know they're like a solid hardcore like punk band. And then there was a lot of stuff in this that really threw me for a loop sonically, just because they had their like there's probably what like 10 12 songs on here.
Yeah, I think there's actually I think there's 13, but I'll double check. Hold on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And they probably had like 12. There was like a third of them that were like good fast punk songs. And then musically how the rest of it contrasted the like sound I was expecting. This was probably the least this album musically was the most opposite of what I expected an album you suggested was gonna sound like. But yeah, what?
I can see that. Like that's kind of the thing. Like that's the point of like maybe that's why this one stands out. Like I love all their albums.
Well,
like,
that's what I was gonna ask. Like, I just spit on the mic. That's what I was gonna ask. Like, how does this sound compared to other, like, what's this sound like compared to other Poison the Well albums? Is this the norm, or does this one stand out? Because I know they have like 4 or 5 albums.
They had the thing where they this is the same producer as the album before this one. This is I believe. Hold on, I just had it. Where'd it go? You Come Before You, which is also a really great album. I personally like, but the same producer did that did that did this one. This was the same idea. I'm sorry, I forgot. I freaking completely forgot the question.
I was gonna. How does this? Is
Oh,
this?
how does it sound to other ones? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's why I brought that up. So it's not the production. It's not anything else. It's just fucking different. The punk songs, like the faster songs like that, sound very similar to some of like their faster, because they would do songs similar to that in their other albums and stuff like that, earlier albums. But it all, like the tone of it, the like slide guitar and all that other shit, like there's like, it's so fucking different. And I
Okay.
even the next album, if I remember correctly, the album after this, I think this is, by the way, and again, no disrespect to the band, their peak album. This is where they find, like, they specifically went back to the same producer and said, like, we trust them to produce, and they, in their own words, like, their new sound. So they were trying to go in a new direction. And I did get some facts wrong on the last episode. They didn't go to Iceland. I just always think Iceland because the cover of it is like ice and cold and like an iceberg and all this shit.
Isn't Iceland also not that cold?
Yeah, it's like, I think Iceland. They went to the ice place with ice, but no, they went to Yuma, Sweden. So, and by the way, Yuma, Sweden, is where Refuse is from. That's their home base.
You know what
So,
else? Yuma, really good friend, Pat.
I liked it.
Hey, that was a nice one. That was a nice one.
I like what you just did there. But they they have, like, with this one in particular, they had like a very specific idea of like of what they wanted to do. Like it felt like, it feels very, the album itself feels very liberating, as much as it does like, as much as it does like haunt my fucking brain. Like as soon as I listen to this album, it's like I don't have to listen to it again. I hear it like just replaying in my head. It's just playing in my head all the fucking time. You know the song, like the song in particular, Versions was a song that, it's the first song on the album. No, sorry, Letter Thing. Letter Thing. Sorry, Letter Thing is the first song off of Versions. And it's that song, like, is such a fucking incredible, like, that's the hit on the album. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many songs that I love, and there's songs that I'm like, I don't know why this wouldn't be able to be played on the radio. And not in the sense, but like, except for like in for lack of a better term, to like, it's too challenging, man. You know what I mean? Like, but I think that there's not only like, is there a very clear like direction, like they said that they wanted to go, but like there's a lot of fucking emotion. And this is probably this is why I thought you would be connected to it, because it is by far the most emotional album I've ever like truly loved. Like I love this album.
Yeah, this one, it was like, I don't know. The album wasn't bad, but it was like not. I don't know. It was like hard to listen to because of that reason. Like there was definitely a lot of there was a lot of good songs on there. Obviously, with my taste in punk rock and stuff, I like the faster stuff was more to my liking. But even like the slower stuff, what really stuck out the most was it almost reminded me in a vague way of like old Taking Back Sunday, where it sort of was like before they blew up, and it was almost like the rawest of emotions, where it just had this like very raw feeling to it. And I was just like, oh, this dude, I always talk about this, like an album that they had to write versus an album, or I should say, not that they had, because there could be like, a contractual thing that you had to do, but an album that you had to get out of you rather than just had to write. And that's what this like fucking sounded like to me. So some of this shit was like a lot to listen to. I don't know. But I think that just sort of shows the high level of writing ability that these guys had was some, and dude, I couldn't even tell you like a lyric like or whatever, but right when I was listening to it, it like I just connected with. I was just like, oh, you were hurting about something, buddy.
Yeah.
You were fucking hurting.
It hits so much different than their earlier shit as far as like the scream, like the screams of it. Like it's not just it to me it kind of feels like the I like the fact that you put it that way, that it was raw, because I feel like you're right, and like that it was like this built up thing, because it feels like, it sounds like, and feels like a first album.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like it has that energy of that, like to start, like of that kind of like you had so much shit that you wanted to say, but it's and that's why it kind of feels like a first. So like if a band is ever going to go in a new direction, you don't want to half step it. They
Yeah.
want to fucking go. And
Mm.
and this is the most and especially with such a feeling from you to say like, oh, I probably would like their older stuff a lot better, to say like they probably took that into consideration and said, you know what, we're probably going to cut our fucking audience in half.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people that like me that would. I truly love their older albums, and I also truly love this album. Like I love them. Like I like both directions you're going here. I like everything you're doing.
You ever like watch a documentary?
No.
What? Okay.
What, the next question?
You ever watch a documentary where like, oh, you know this is gonna be a bummer.
Yeah.
But it's like important for me to watch almost.
Mhm.
Like
It's almost like a therapy. Like it's almost, or not a therapy, but like a meditation kind of thing.
yeah. Wait, sorry. I'm trying to think. There's that one Netflix, or I don't know if it's Netflix specifically, but it was on Netflix for a while. I think it's called The 13th. It's about the 13th Amendment and how like they're basically using like the modern day prison system as like a modern day slavery and whatnot. Like I remember a friend told me to check that out, and that one I watched in parts because it was rough. It was rough to get through, but it was like you're like, I should really get to the end of this. This in a similar light, this album, there was something about it where I was like, oh my god, this feels so real, and like I was like, this feels like it's gonna be like emotionally hard to get through, but I was like, let's do this because this seems like a thing we should do.
Yeah, it's a thing where like I happen to connect with the music like on a like a on the musical level. Like I like the tunes, you know, but also like the feeling and the passion behind it. Like it's very it's one of those things that like I don't know if other fans of Poison the Well love it as much as I do, or the connection to it or anything like that. But this would be, I would love if they would tour with, like, you know, where they go like, oh, we play the entire blah 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 album.
Yeah, like when they
I
get to
would
the anniversary.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Yo,
Because I would go to that show for sure.
let me ask you this. What Poison the Well album was this for you? Was this the first one, or were you already a big fan?
I think I was like I was aware of like songs like Zombies Are Good for Your Health. Like I knew like some of their hits and shit like that. Fuck, what's the other one? I think it's like Botula, or what's their top five? Hold on, let me go here. I gotta go to my Spotify reference here. But no, I feel like I don't think that this was the first one for me for sure.
Oh, Nerdy's a really good one. That
Yeah.
one, Nerdy popped up on Spotify. I will give credit. Pandora, their AI, their algorithm is the best. Like you'll get like, bro, Pandora the other day. I was listening to and I got a little thing about Converge because
Botula, and I'm surprised Zombies Aren't Good for Your Health isn't on here.
I saw that one. I think that one's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So this album, it was funny because I was like expecting it to be a lot of like just fast, aggressive shit. And when it wasn't, I wasn't necessarily disappointed, but I was like, oh, I allotted some space this week for some fast, aggressive stuff. And something about them reminded me of Converge. Do you listen to Converge?
Yeah. I can totally see that.
So I listened to, Converge seems like I listened to a shitload of Converge this week.
Yeah.
And to bring it over, and then I was listening to Converge radio on my Pandora. And bro, like Pandora, it suggested this one song that was fucking great. And then the song's not even on fucking Spotify or iTunes. And it was like it was just hard to find. Like I found one video of the song on YouTube and I was like, damn, Pandora's really coming out with some deep fucking cuts.
Yeah, that's very impressive, Pandora. Very good job.
Yeah.
Good job, Robot.
I've used Pandora. Good job, Robot. I've used Pandora a lot, and I think they have the best algorithm there is.
Yeah, I don't really.
Oh, here it was called Botch, Saint Matthew. Saint Matthew 2 returns to the womb, and like, dude, I looked up Botch on Spotify. And literally all they had was, they didn't have like a proper Spotify profile. They just had a few tracks on compilations.
I remember Botch. I think I used to listen to them all the time.
Really?
Hold on, Botch artist, right? You said that?
Yeah, not our good friend.
Yeah, I feel like that sounds very, very familiar. I'm gonna have to, obviously I'll have to play that after the show, but
yeah, and then also, but Spotify too has like, I'll give Spotify credit for the second best algorithm, because they suggest some decent ass shit.
There's sometimes that I get my Discover Weekly, and I know that I have like multiple playlists. Obviously, you can go to the GDP Live Slappy Boppers playlist. You can like it, you can listen to it, but also, I have very eclectic taste, and obviously we have a lane here that we stick to pretty much always kind of the same, except for our Britney talk that one time. We pretty much stay in the heavy or hard fast rock music category. But I have a lot of different types of music, a lot of funk, a lot of fun music, really great music on my playlist. Okay. Great music. A lot of people say great things about my music, but the Discover Weekly,
It's the best playlist. It's probably the best, the first playlist ever made, I think.
Rest in peace. But there's also the fact that like Discover Weekly will go like, so do you like the Spin Doctors now? And I'm like, no. Would you ever think, if I like you don't think I heard of the Spin Doctor? I swear to God, if they put fucking Fugazi in my goddamn playlist one more fucking time, I don't like Fugazi. Okay.
Well,
listen to my words, Spotify. I know I got you open right here. Your window is open. Hear me now, robots. Don't ever put Fugazi in my fucking playlist again.
Well, that's where Pandora has a leg up on Spotify. Spotify doesn't have an option to be like, I don't like this. Please stop suggesting it.
Took it away. It used to say, I don't like this.
Yeah.
And
well, no, because
it's like, hide this song.
You know what they fucking did?
I don't like it.
You know what they fucking did? Their radio used to be like Pandora's, where you could thumbs up, thumbs down. And now the radio's bullshit because it's literally just a daily auto-generated playlist. It's not an actual radio. It's just an auto-generated playlist because they're like, you're not getting through this. You're going to get 3 songs in, get distracted, and go play a different thing. You're not getting all the way through this.
They've put songs on my playlist multiple times, and I'm like, no, I don't like this song. Please stop telling me to listen to the song. It sucks.
Yeah, so, Pandora's definitely got the better robots, but that's why I brought up Spotify. Is I will give them credit. They have suggested me some songs I like, and that's how I came across "Nerdy" by Poison the Well.
Yeah, Nerdy's great. Zombies Are Good for Your Health. There's they have like hits, but they're very much in a theme. They're very much in a lane, and it's not bad. I don't like, that's what I'm saying, is like, I like older Thrice, I like new Thrice. I don't love newest Thrice, but I like many different phases of Thrice. But you don't have to love it all. But once Poison the Well kind of goes in this direction, it may lose people like you or like other people, but it's not because and it's not like they're when you go see them live, they're not going to play those older songs, and they're probably going to only play the heavier songs from versions, or maybe not. It just seems like a very very distinct and very like very purposeful, like kind of, all right, we're gonna have to shake some fucking duds loose because we're gonna go more artistic, and there's not gonna be a lot of people that fuck with this.
Yeah, there's a lot of bands, and that actually, to give a little bit of a preview. Oh, by the way, TH, shout out in the chat. He said, "Yo, guys, what's up?" Nothing, just talking
Okay.
about Poison the Well. You can see us here every week, sometime around 7 p.m. Sunday night.
We don't always talk about Poison the Well. We talk about other things.
We talk about other things. But no, that actually a preview on the band I'm gonna bring up later is wait, what did you say?
Poison the Well.
About you're gonna shake some fans loose. They bands definitely experience that where it happened for me with Brand New. Now it wasn't the talking to underage girls. I was still holding on tight. It was the writing soft indie music. I was just like, all right, I'm going. Have fun with the kids.
Yeah. Bye, kids.
But no,
if you need anything, call me. Okay, there's Uncrustables in the fridge. Thanks.
same thing with Brand New and Fallout Boy. I was just like, all right, you're not gonna write the same pop punk emo album over and over again. I'm gonna.
What's the SpongeBob meme? All right.
Yeah. Yeah, or you just Homer drifting back into the. So it's like, don't get me wrong, I've definitely well, I guess Brand New went more artistic. Fall Out Boy was just like, we like money. We're gonna write dubstep.
Yeah, or even like Weezer's another one that like a lot of people feel very betrayed by. Like there's a lot of bands.
Although I've made the argument is Weezer's always been bad. They just wanted to get street cred with the Blue Album and Pinkerton, and then they were like, here's our true form, dog shit.
Hollywood or what is it, Beverly
Hills. I'm writing songs like this for the conceivable future.
Yeah, I think there's a lane that we can stay in, that if for the most part, if as long as we continue to talk about only the good bands when they make the songs or albums. Apparently I missed the mark with you on this one, and hey, you know what?
No,
I have to accept that.
I don't think you missed the mark with me. I think the album did exactly what it was supposed to do to me.
Yeah, it's like it's a curse. Now it's inside of you.
Yeah, I am haunted by it. That's what it was supposed to do. Did
you get the call yet?
What?
Did you get the call yet from the cursed young lady?
No. My lights have been flickering nonstop, though.
Good. That's part of it, but also that might just be, you might want to call the power company.
I'd love if I had Steph ready to like flick the lights right as I said that.
That would be so cool. Why didn't you have that planned?
Because I'm very.
The entire show is scripted word for word, and we've performed it so far.
We practice it once a day, every day of the week.
Right. I mean, and I don't understand why you couldn't just, or at least like a black wig that she could wear backwards, like where it's over her hair, like over her face, like this. She could just go.
Fuck. I was gonna say something else about this album.
You're saying something about how it made you feel exactly the way it should, and you loved it more than anything.
No, I did really like it, and I also too like I'm a fucking dummy sometimes, so like the fucking fast shit I was on board 100%, but then it was like the slower stuff I was more tuned into, like I said before, the raw emotion of it and this and that.
Yeah, it to me, like I was thinking, like the fact that they had this like big hollow body fucking guitar with like all this fucking like the what's the not the wah wah pedal, but the treble, like when it's like super, like not treble, I can't think
Reverb?
of tremolo. Well, you know where like wah 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 wah, like the wah wah pedal basically. I can't think of the fucking, it's not a delay pedal, but it's something, I can't think of the fucking
I'm not
word.
good with the names of pedals.
But
Echo maybe.
But it's essentially like where they had this really like, again, like very country kind of feel, but it's this grungy grime, like I don't know, man. It just seems so like epic.
You know what was really interesting to me is there was a lot, like you said, one of the songs sounded like it could fit perfectly on the radio and shit. A lot of the songs were in like sort of musically sat in different sort of genres of punk rock, but they still, as an album, made sense together. I thought that was really cool. Where they just it was like very different, but still sort of thematically the same. I really like when bands can do that.
It was almost like they could have probably qualified this as like a rock opera. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like this could have been like a musical. Like people could have performed. People can perform fucking dances to this song. I mean, this is not like the Fall of Troy album that we did, where I said that my wife and I would have, loved to have danced to a version of the song. Now I can't fucking remember it. Good thing it wasn't our fucking wedding song. Our wedding song was Starlight by Muse. I remembered. Also, we were married on October 9th.
Oh my God. Did you like plan way far ahead on your wedding song, or were you very
No, it literally was Fall of Troy until we went to rehearse our dance, and our dance, the person that was teaching us how to dance was like, I can't teach you how to dance to this. Like, and I was like, okay, so Starlight by Muse.
we
bum 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 bum. This is what white people dance to when they have to dance in front of their cousins from Messina, New York City. Oh.
We hadn't picked ours, and then we were watching the latest season of Glow. Do you remember that show?
Yeah.
And then there was one scene where Mark Maron's character and then Allison Brie's character were like at a school dance, and they were playing this like slow Madonna song, and it like hit me, and I was like, I want to do that one.
That's the one.
I don't listen to Madonna, so I can't remember what it was, but it was just such a good fucking song for the moment.
It was like a prayer, right?
No, it was we took her book where she got naked, and we just stood still and showed pictures of it. That was our wedding dance.
You had a person narrate it.
We just showed naked pictures of Madonna. Our wedding song, Madonna's tits.
I remember your wedding. I was there.
You were there.
It was one of the greatest days of my life. It was probably the second best wedding I've ever been to.
Was it yours? You performing for your wife? You fucking showing?
Oh, nope, third.
You son of a bitch. Ours was fun. I found out I was a good writer at our wedding.
What? Who told you that?
All those ladies crying.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that funny that like you were like, damn, I could fuck all of you. Anyway.
No, I thought, damn, I should write a script.
Damn, I should fuck all of you.
Oh my God, I'm gonna get so much.
I know most of you are family right now, but
holy shit, I'm gonna get so much pussy.
What if you said that? Andy, what are you talking about? What?
I can fuck everyone.
Like I have your pussy forever.
Andy, you said that out loud. Oh shit.
Oh, Andy, you keep saying everything.
I just wanna fuck everyone.
No, do you mean like you should write your wedding as a script, or you're like.
Well, no, dude. I was just like, when I was reading my vows, I was just bodying people, dude. They didn't know what hit them. They were just.
And you're saying that you wrote your vows,
bro?
None of it was plagiarized,
bro. You remember we were at the Sunset Grill. I kept goofing on you hard. Remember, you had the chicken fingers, and I was hitting you with this one. It was one of my best goofs ever. You were eating I'd be like, Pat, what'd you get? And you'd be like, the chicken fingers. And I'd be like, oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, I was fucking you up with that one. I was crushing you. And
I didn't know what was wrong with the chicken fingers. I mean, you never told me.
No, there wasn't anything wrong with the chicken fingers.
Andy, it's years now. It's years away.
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
There's nothing.
I'll be honest. No, I hear what you want. You want me to be perfectly honest. I'll be perfectly honest.
No, you don't even have to tell me. Obviously, you don't even have to react whatsoever. I know that there was nothing wrong with the chicken fingers.
And I agree. There was nothing wrong with the chicken fingers.
You made a noise with that one.
I didn't. No.
Then you walked away.
No. I got
Yeah,
a
you did.
no. I got a soundboard. There was a soundboard.
Oh, you have clips? Oh, I got drops too.
Oh, you actually do have a soundboard.
I do.
No,
Actually, that reminded me when you said that. This is my absolute only favorite one ever. Hold on, go.
Who do you think you are? I am.
we talk. I watched that video for like 30 minutes straight on the stream one night. It's one of the great. It's like, yo, white dudes don't know how to truly be excited like that because
They don't know what curse words they can say in like they almost like don't trust themselves. Like if they start on a slur, like on a curse train, they might get into a slurville. You know what I mean? Like they might be like, "Hey, fucking beat that Chinaman!" And you're like, "Oh, no, not now. It's not a good time."
when white people are just too purely happy, that's what they do.
Yeah, it just like bursts out of them. Whatever the word thing is.
But I was gonna say after we fucked up the Sunset Grill, and then everyone left, and it was me, Jay, Nino, and Jay's girlfriend, and we were all kind of like looking at each other, and we're like, none of us are good. We got an Uber, got back, kept drinking, and fucking I was like, I didn't write my fucking vows, and I fucking banged out the vows. And you know what? You know what I found out? Steph actually told me this recently. She drunkenly wrote hers the night before too.
Oh my God, you guys are meant to be.
It was so I know it's corny, but it was very beautiful when she said. I was like, hell yeah, that rules.
Yeah. How and it's nice that you're like I did the best. Mine were the greatest. I am the best. But we both wrote them the night before. And I did a little look away thing. You see that?
Yeah.
I guess Steph Shorn. So
No, I was bodying motherfuckers on that vow.
I do remember. If I remember correctly, on your wedding day, I was a couple people back, and I remember during Steph's vows, I was going, "Get up, get it."
Oh, you were doing that right behind
Yes
me?
or no? Yes or no?
It's a simple question. What are we doing?
F.
Or what if you just
He goes, "Do you have the ring?" And I go, "Oh, come on."
or you just start like in the middle of things, you're just like, there's an open bar tonight, right? Oh, you're still doing it? Okay, sorry.
Hey, Andy, is the open bar? What time's the open bar?
Like, and I'm like,
Doing the thing? Yeah, I was in the middle of my vows. Oh, okay. They're really good, by the way.
Andy, you're doing great. Did you guys what beers did you get?
Yeah, where you guys going for your what kind of beers did you get though?
You're like, Andy, you're doing a great job. When did you guys meet?
Yeah, what? Look, Rachel, I think you are awesome. I know she's not Rachel.
All right, we gotta wrap this up.
Why?
Why? Because it's too good. That's why.
Yeah, YouTube is too delighted at this point, and
They're
like,
loving us too fucking much, baby.
and also they kicked us off when we said cunt earlier.
Yeah, we're in the dark web now. Do you guys? Would you guys like to buy children?
Yeah, you guys want some drugs? You want some heroin or some children?
Would you like heroin or a child? I have both. So I
Oh yeah, Andy. So we're obviously do the show every Sunday, because this is the Lord's Day. But what about next week?
Next week. So when I was listening to this album, there was an album that I just like the raw grittiness, kind of like that sadness that's over you, but still mixing it in with the fucking fast, in your face punk shit. And it got me thinking that next week I want to ask the question, what about Great Britain by Gallows?
Gray, or is it great?
Gray.
Ooh, like the color?
Yeah. What
Or like the
other
anatomy.
gray is there?
The Anatomy?
You sack of shit. You always got something in the chamber.
By the way, I think I just spelled Gray Brighton. I don't think I know how to spell it.
You don't
Yeah.
have to. You fucking dude, you type in GREY It's going to be one of the first couple ones.
Don't they only have like 2 records? 2 albums?
They have 4 albums and like 2 or 3 EPs.
Oh wow. Are they still around?
They never broke up, but like they barely toured their last album, and they did 1 show since then. And that was their last album came out. What the fuck? I think I was still in college, maybe.
Oh wow. Okay, so it's been a while.
Yeah,
It's been a while, a couple of years now.
it's been a minute. And then also, I think financially, 2015. No, so I wasn't in college, but 2015. So they haven't put out an album in 6 years. And like I said, they barely toured the last album, and they've done, like, I could probably count on one hand the amount of shows they've done after they stopped touring their last album. It just sort of, I mean, we'll get into this more, but they just sort of petered out, and they all had their own separate careers outside of the band. And I think it was just one of those things where it was like, this is becoming a very expensive hobby at this point.
Yeah. So they had other bands, and obviously we'll get into it next week and everything.
Well, yeah. So like Wade's in Alexis on Fire, and he does a lot of he actually scores movies, which is really interesting. I didn't realize that, but he
110 or
you rascal, you get at it. Stop it. I'm not gonna.
Rotten Tomatoes. What's this guy? He's
I mean-
a movie critic.
No, he does the film scores.
Oh, I thought we were talking about a little John Lovitz here.
John Lovitz?
Yeah, he's a critic.
Is he?
Yeah,
Isn't that the guy from the Adam Sandler movies?
Machi, huh? Yeah,
He's a movie critic?
he's the critic, the show, the critic.
Oh, my fault. And then their guitarist, well, their one original guitarist left the band to do some band with his girlfriend, and then their other guitarist runs a record label, and so they just, and I think their bassist is like a manager now or something. So yeah, they kind of were like, all right, I don't think this band's making us money anymore.
All right, mate, we'll quit this band and start our own businesses.
It was a bummer, dude. They didn't even tour in America on their last album. They just did like
Fucking redcoats.
we don't want them here anyway.
We don't fucking want you here anyway. We're here to get away from you.
But yeah, this album was I still listen to them pretty regularly. It was like I did this with Run the Jewels too. I intentionally stopped listening to them so they'd like really hit hard for me again.
Yeah, if they build up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually naturally on my own, like a month ago, it was funny. I was having the greatest time ever listening to Gallows at work, and then I stepped on a nail. So I went from the best to the worst. It didn't even go that deep into my foot. It just bled a little bit, but then I was like, I haven't gotten a tetanus shot for fucking ever. So I had to leave and go get a tetanus shot. Got paid for it though.
Nice. Hell yeah. On the
Yeah.
clock, baby.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good point, and we can talk about that more too next week. I'm writing it down. I already have 2 notes. I have 2 questions and 2 topics we could talk about this. Of building like your music tolerance to a band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing of like the same way you do with drinking or drugging or anything like that. I mean, if you have the opportunity, if it's not super addictive drugs, but if you
if you don't have an absolute problem with it.
Yeah, if you're not a fucking pussy.
Yeah. If you're not,
I'm gonna drink a little bit less. Not just drink enough to like to survive, but like one of those things of like, oh, so I won't shake and die. But like, I'm gonna stop drinking so much, and then I'll drink some like you are. Like you're like kind of blasting through some whiskeys right now, but then like later on, you'll probably go like, oh, eventually.
yeah, dude.
Did I just remind you had whiskey?
Did I show you my new whiskey?
No, I heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
I'm
yet.
a whiskey boy now, dude. I'm loving whiskey.
You did the proper Irish 12, and you're about halfway through this one probably now.
I'm about halfway through Filibuster. It had some fat Englishmen on the front, so it looked good.
Oh, is right proper for this one, right? We're talking about Gallows, right?
Yeah, right, governor.
This, if I can, just one last question about this album: is this the one that has
in the belly of a shark.
No.
So fucking dark.
And actually, that'll be a good album to bring up on this one because the production value actually has a huge factor in why I listen to. God damn, I'm so excited to talk about this. I don't want to get into it too much. No, because it's like I look at like with their two lead singers as almost like two separate bands.
Two lead singers.
Yeah. They had Frank Carter for their first two albums, and then Wade McNeil for their second two albums.
I've seen him live, and I had no idea.
Was it a skinny redheaded dude?
Yep.
Yeah. That's Frank Carter.
Is he the one that does the
Belly of a shark.
I don't want to yell too loud. That's why that's not what he sounds like. He's very good at it.
No, he has a very, very thick accent, and he has a lot of attitude.
Yeah. I think he's chilled out. He's been fucking steady posting woke shit on social media. I'm like, you're not the angry guy calling out rap groups at fucking Warped Tour anymore, are you?
Yeah.
he's just fucking on fucking Instagram calling out woke shit.
Nice. Well, hey, you know what? Everybody can live and learn and laugh and love. And that's what we talk about here on What About, Andy.
Is it? I thought we talk about punk rock and say cunt a bunch.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fuck face. Dipshit.
Cunt
Bitch.
You fucking dip cunt shit.
You dip cunt fuck face bitch.
Now we're definitely getting flagged.
So yeah, next week. That's what I was gonna say. It's the production value is a big reason why, like, when it comes to the Frank Carter albums, I listen to this one more so than what was it, Orchestra of Wolves. But we'll get into that more next week. I'm very excited about this. Gallows, easily my favorite hardcore punk band. Yeah. All right. Bye. We love you.